Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Yetton Field in Waltham, Massachusetts. Here to bring you some 18 and under summer baseball action courtesy of the Lou Tompkins All-Star League. Today's contest pits visiting Brookline against hosting Waltham. Hope you'll forgive me if the camera work is not as on point as it usually is. I have to elevate my tripod so that it goes over a fence. You can't see it, but there's a high going fence that at the top is about at eye level. I think I had the same problem at the field out in Medford all the way back in the season opener. So kind of fitting we're bookending here between two fields with high fences. We had that situation in Medford with the season opener, and now we're here with the regular season closer. We got the same situation, as this is indeed the last game before the playoffs start next week. So both teams trying to improve their spot in the standings, and there's plenty to play for in that aspect between these two teams, as they are actually even in total points, because that's how the standings work in this league, is you get 2 points for each win and 1 point for each tie. Both teams with 16 points so far. Brookline coming in with a 7-4-2 record following an 8-8 tie against Acton-Boxborough at home yesterday after the game was called due to darkness after 7 innings. Waltham, meanwhile, coming into this with an 8-4 record. So both teams with 16 points. So a win here could mean a higher seeding, which could mean a home game during the Tournament of Champions next week. But with that in mind, let's take a look at the rosters for the two teams coming in today. Let's start off with the home team here in Waltham. Leading off for Waltham today, the shortstop, number 6, Will Curley. Batting second, the second baseman, number 3, Nick Laforest. Batting third, the catcher, number 5, Ian Laforest. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, number 4, Luke Fredette. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 11, Drew Anderson. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 2, Connor Scafidi. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 7, John Englehart. And then of the next two players in the batting order, one of them is the pitcher, one of them is the extra hitter. We'll obviously find out when Waltham takes the field in the top of the first. But for right now, just giving you the batting order. Batting eighth is number 12, Cody Eaton. And batting ninth is number 1, Jamie Schumacher. And then rounding out the lineup in the 10th spot in the order, the left fielder, number 9, Nick George. So that is the starting lineup for Waltham. Curley at short, Nick Laforest at second, Ian Laforest behind the plate, Fredette in center, Anderson at first, Scafidi in right, Englehart at third, Eaton and Schumacher, one of them, the pitcher, one, the extra hitter, and then George in left. So now with that out of the way, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visitors today, coming from Brookline. Leading off for Brookline today, the right fielder, number 15, Devin Chin. Batting second, the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. Batting third, the left fielder, number 12, Justin Liu. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, number 1, Andrew Silverman. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 18, Tay Toe. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 21, Owen Hoffman. Batting seventh, the extra hitter, number 17, Avery Melton. Batting 8th, the second baseman, number 7, Kaden Sheehan. Batting 9th and taking the mound for Brookline today, number 6, Jack Martell. And rounding out the Brookline lineup in the 10th spot, the third baseman, number 3, Donnell O'Neill. So that is the starting lineup for Brookline today. Chin in right, Doctoroff behind the plate, Lou in left, Silverman in center, Toe at first, Hoffman at short, Melton the extra hitter, Sheehan at second, Martel on the mound, and O'Neill at the hot corner. So we can see Waltham taking the field, getting ready for the top of the first inning. And in fact, the pitcher today will be number 12, Cody Eaton. These two teams were supposed to play in Brookline earlier this season. That ended up not happening. Waltham didn't show up. There were thunderstorms in the forecast for that day, but the thunderstorms didn't come. But while the thunderstorms didn't come, neither did Waltham. And so that game just ended up not happening. I don't know if that's going to turn into a forfeit on the standings or something, or if they're going to reschedule it, or if they're just going to call it a no contest or whatever. Whatever it is, that game is not the focus. That game did not happen. This game is going to happen. And we're about ready to start the top of the first inning. Waltham doing their warm-ups. So no past game stats I can give you. Just have to see how things go. The first matchup between these two teams, always interesting when these two teams face off. And of course, Waltham, if I'm not mistaken, the team that actually eliminated Brookline in the semifinals of the Tournament of Champions last year in a game that went into extra innings. So two teams that tend to fight things pretty close and always make for an entertaining contest. Leading off for Brookline, the right fielder, number 15, Devin Chin. Eaton, the first pitch of the game. Chin lays down the bunt, goes right in front of him, picked up by the pitcher, thrown to first, got him in time. Chin managed to get 2 bunt singles against Acton Boxborough yesterday, but just didn't place that one where it needed to be this time, and that'll be the first out. Now at the plate, the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch comes in high for ball 1. Doctoroff came up with a big 2-run single yesterday against Acton Boxborough, and ultimately every run was needed in that game just to force it to a tie. After Brookline had a disastrous 7th inning, they went into that last inning leading 8-3, gave up 5 runs, and finished in a tie. As this one comes in low for ball 3. You can tell from Doctoroff's slash line with a .238 batting average but a .429 on-base percentage, you know he's good at drawing those free passes. He's got a good eye for the ball. As he draws another one there. Good eye on high ball 4. And Doctoroff trots down to first, the first base runner of the game. And it'll be interesting to see what Brookline does on the base paths. They were very aggressive against Acton Boxborough yesterday. I think just about every batter who finished at first base ended up stealing second. Now at the plate, and Doctoroff takes off on the first pitch. Swing and a miss for Lou. Slide in, safe, got under the tag. Almost fitting I had Doctoroff's stats still up there and forgot to change the graphic as he makes the play on that one, getting a runner in scoring position instantly. At the plate is the left fielder, number 12, Justin Liu. He hits a grounder. That's through the gap into left. Are they going to send Doctoroff? No, they're going to hold him at third. Liu down to first with a single. And just like that, Brookline's got runners on the corners for their cleanup hitter, the center fielder, number 1, Andrew Silverman. Silverman had a pair of RBI hits yesterday. He had a fantastic day, 2 doubles. One of them for an RBI, and he also had an RBI single, a fantastic day for both the team leader in hits and the team leader in RBI. As you might be able to hear, but at least be able to see with the shakiness of the camera, we got a bit of a breeze coming here at Yetton Field in Waltham. And another throw to check on Liu at first. He's dived back safely both times. They know that Brookline is aggressive on the base paths, and so they know there's a good chance Liu takes off for second, potentially trying to draw the double steal, as the first pitch to Silverman is inside for ball 1. I mean, if you're Brookline, this is exactly where you want to be. Your most powerful hitter at the plate, potential first run at third, the bonus of another runner at first, you know, the potential for a double steal, like I said, and now a hitter's count at 2-0 after that ball misses outside. Now Liu takes off, and Silverman makes contact through the gap. Doctoroff comes in, and Brookline is on the board. Brookline's team leader in RBI adds another notch to the belt. 1-0 Brookline as Silverman knocks one in. And now coming up to the plate is the first baseman, number 18, Tay Toe. First pitch to Toe is low and well covered by Ian Laforest to prevent any runners from advancing on a potential wild pitch. It'll simply be 1-0. Checking the lead runners, he delivers. That one's a strike. They go for the pickoff at first, but not in time, and the first baseman couldn't collect it cleanly anyway. 1-1, the count to Toe. Eaton delivers, and that one is going to miss. 2-1, the count. 1 out, runners at first and second. Eaton checks the runner a couple times and delivers. That one's going to come high and outside. Again, Ian Laforest, the Waltham catcher, very wary of the base runners. Brookline's been pretty aggressive thus far. Now a 3-1 count to Toe. And he swings and hits a dribbler foul up the first base line. And that's going to bring us to a full count. Eaton sets. Payoff pitch. And it's fouled off. Toe continues to battle. We get a flyover from a flock of geese. And I think that's the same flock of geese that the Waltham coach had to drive off the outfield grass in a golf cart earlier before the game. As you get ready for another payoff pitch here. And that one is going to come in high, and that's going to be ball 4. So the base is now loaded, and they're going to come out and meet with Eaton at the mound. as coming up with the bases loaded and one out, the shortstop, number 21, Owen Hoffman. You know, if you're the Waltham coach, like, it's perfectly understandable why he's coming out at this situation. This is a chance to settle down your pitcher. Yes, you gave up a couple of hits, but the real problem is the walks that you gave up. You got to throw strikes. You can't, give the team free bases. Every team in this league is going to take advantage of that if you start giving them stuff for free. So we'll see how he responds out of that timeout against Hoffman. Hoffman had a rough day at the plate yesterday against Acton-Boxborough, 0 for 4, and his was the last out of the 7th inning as Brookline failed to score the winning run. Now he's in prime position to do something here as he takes ball 1. Anything but a strikeout or an infield pop-out or a fielder's choice at home. Anything but those 3, or a double play. Anything but those 4 scenarios results in Brookline bringing in a run in this situation. One and 0, the count to Hoffman. Pitch, swing and a miss. Hoffman took a big cut at that one, but he only caught air. 1 and 1 the count. Makes contact here, skies it out to left center. Outfielders on their horse, not gonna get it! This is gonna go possibly for extra bases or just a very long single. This will bring in 2 runs. Owen Hoffman with a big swing of the bat there. Outfielders for Waltham doing a good job of chasing that one, not just to prevent it from going further than it did, but also to keep the runners hesitant on the bags as Tato was hesitant taking off for second, so Hoffman couldn't go for a double there. That's a very long single to left center, but it does drive in 2 runs, and it looks like it's driving the pitcher off the mound. Lou and Silverman both score on that play. Hoffman adds his 7th and 8th RBI of the season as a huge gust of wind almost blows over my tripod. We've got a new pitcher. Next batter due up for Brookline is the extra hitter, number 17, Avery Melton. And let me see if I can find on the lineup who our new pitcher is. This is number 10, Ben Hamilton. So Eaton only lasts a third of an inning as Brookline puts 3 runs on the board after a failed bunt attempt with the leadoff hitter. It's been walk, single, single, walk, single to bring in 3 runs for the visitors. Brookline off to a good start here, and they'll be hoping to keep the rhythm going against this new pitcher, Hamilton. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Yetton Field in Waltham, Massachusetts. If you enjoyed this broadcast, as always, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. Like I said, we're going to have the Tournament of Champions next week, so plenty of playoff excitement coming up. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribing to the channel sure can help. Now coming up to the plate for Brookline to face the new Waltham pitcher, it is the extra hitter, number 17, Avery Melton. First pitch is in the dirt. Runners are taking off. Throw down to third is off the mark and into left field. And so the runners successfully steal. Almost unsure whether to score that a stolen base or a wild pitch. It was such a weird play, but for now I'm just going to mark it as a wild pitch. That might be something I check a little bit later, but for right now, a 1-0 count to Melton. Now 2 runners in scoring position, and he cracks the bat here. That's skied out to right, caught by the right fielder. Toe tags. He's heading for home, and they're not going to get him. Toe comes across. Hoffman advances to third. A textbook sac fly to right for Avery Melton, as he adds just his 2nd RBI of the season, and Brookline takes a 4-0 lead. Two down now, and up comes the second baseman, number 7, Kaden Sheehan. First pitch swings and misses, strike 1. Another big swing and a miss, strike 2. Hamilton not hesitating to throw strikes, as he's got a quick 0-2 count on Sheehan. And Sheehan pops this one up into foul territory. Anderson giving it chase, but he's not going to get there. Might have been out of play. Sheehan stays alive at 0-2. As you can see from the stats at the bottom of your screen, Sheehan, like Melton before him, only 1 RBI so far this season, and another player with a much higher OBP than batting average. As he swings, hits a dribbler, and that's going to be foul once again up the third base line, as Sheehan continues to fight. So Sheehan's main way of getting on base so far this season, again, you can tell by the difference between average and OBP, his main bread and butter has been drawing walks, but here with an 0-2 count, that's going to be tough. But he does draw ball 1 there on the outside pitch. And he fouls off another. Sheehan refusing to go down easily. He's fouled off 3 2-strike pitches. After whiffing at the first 2 pitches he saw, he hasn't let any get by him since. And the count stands at 1-2. And this one skips in the dirt. Oh, and a quick throw back to third is not going to get Hoffman, but it is going to be ball 2. 2-2, now the count to Sheehan. And another foul. Sheehan continues to fight the good fight here at the plate. That's now 4 foul balls that have kept him alive here. And that one misses. Kaden Sheehan, by sheer force of will, has battled his way from an 0-2 count to a 3-2 count. Now awaiting the payoff pitch. In there for strike 3, caught the corner. A close one there. Sheehan thought he had ball 4. It was a strong at bat, just didn't end in the result he wanted. So that ends the top of the first, but a very electric top of the first inning for Brookline, as they take a 4-0 lead. Waltham will be sending the top of their order with Will Curley, Nick Laforest, and Ian Laforest here in the bottom of the first. We've got our first couple of comments in the live chat from Barbara Jo Metzger and Kim Chung-sik, both simply saying, "Go Brookline." And with that in mind, let's take a look at one Brookline player's stats. The starting pitcher, Jack Martell. So far this summer, Martel has appeared in 4 games. This makes his 5th. He's had 3 starts so far, making this one his 4th. He's got a 2-1 record through 14 and 2/3 innings pitched. He has a 1.91 ERA. Keep in mind, that's earned runs. He's had a lot more runs allowed than earned runs this season, as a lot of runs have scored with the aid of some errors. He's got a whip of 1.77 and 18 strikeouts so far. And if there's one theme for Brookline today, one thing that they definitely want to fix from yesterday's 7th inning disaster, it is this: throw strikes. Just throw strikes, let the ball fly where it may, but don't give them anything. As free passes were a big issue against Acton-Boxborough in that 7th inning yesterday. A pair of back-to-back walks loaded the bases, and then a bases-loaded walk and a bases-loaded hit by pitch brought in 2 of the 5 runs that would ultimately tie the game for Acton-Boxborough. Leading off here for Waltham, the shortstop, number 6, Will Curley. Martell's first pitch comes in high, ball 1. It is number 6 against number 6 to start us off here in the bottom of the 1st. And this one is popped up in the air. Looks like it's going to stay in play, and Martel is going to be under it, taking himself for out number 1. So if you're the pitcher here, you love a start like that. 2 pitches and a simple can of corn pop-up. That's just what you want. Now batting the second baseman, fouling it off for strike 1. This is number 3, Nick Laforest. Next one's going to miss for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Got him with the high heat on that one, strike 2. And this one's fouled off. Laforest stays alive at 1-2. And he fouls it off again. Martel giving him those high heats, and he's been fouling them off. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to mix it up with an off speed here. He does bring a slight off speed there, but again, Laforest battling. He fouls it off again. And he got him chasing that time. Just very simple approach there. He just kept attacking that high part of the zone, high corner every time, and then he just brought it a little bit higher and just put it out of Laforest's reach for strike 3. 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the 1st, and now coming up to the plate for Waltham, the catcher, number 5, Ian Laforest. First pitch is high for ball 1. Next one comes in low for ball 2. Martel trying to paint the corners, but he's been missing the corners so far. And that's hard contact through the left gap and into left field. And that's going to be a clean 2-out single for Ian Laforest. So it won't be a 1-2-3 inning, as now coming up, the center fielder, number 4, Luke Fredette. Runner takes off on the first pitch. Doctoroff throws down to second. Throw is off the mark and goes into the outfield, well backed up by Silverman, but Laforest successfully steals second. So now a runner in scoring position. And this pitch is sent out to right, caught by Chin, and that's going to be out number 3. Fredette gave that one a ride, but you see, a ball like that is exactly why coaches at this level so heavily emphasize that you throw strikes. Because even if your opponent gets some good contact, because Fredette got some good contact there, it just wasn't the right placement. You know, so he could have potentially gotten something like a single, maybe even a double if it got to the right gap, but you always include that chance of an out. It hangs in the air too long, it flies right into a fielder's glove, whatever. That's why coaches at this level emphasize that you throw strikes. Yes, you risk that the guy will smoke the ball on you, but it's just what you have to do. Through 1, the score, Brookline 4, Waltham 0. Due up for Brookline will be the 9-10-1 hitters, Martell, O'Neill, and Chin. Now as we get ready for the top of the second inning, leading off for Brookline, the pitcher, number 6, Jack Martell. As you can see from the stats at the bottom of your screen, Martell hasn't had the most electric numbers at the plate, but he has consistently found ways to contribute to his team's offense with 7 runs scored as he fouls off that first pitch for strike 1. And really, his greater contributions have always been on defense. You know, he's been a strong pitcher and shortstop and a big veteran leader on this team. As he golfs this one out to center, center fielder back, and he's got it for out number 1. So Martell gives it a ride, but just doesn't go to the right spot. Just like what I was talking about with Fredette's hit. That's why you got to throw strikes. Now at the plate, the third baseman, number 3, Donnell O'Neill. And that's in there for strike 2. If I'm not mistaken, O'Neill has been absent the past couple of games. Now he's back in the games he's been there for. As you can see from his stat line, he's been very effective as he takes ball 1 there. 300 batting average, 440 on base, 8 runs scored, 5 RBI. But right now, just facing a 1-2 count with 1 out. As that one comes in low for ball 2. Swing and a miss. O'Neill goes down on strikes. And that'll be 2 down as we cycle back to the top of the order with the right fielder, number 15, Devin Chin. Chin, last time up, he tried for a bunt single, but it was well fielded by Eaton for a 1-3 ground out. He takes that pitch to the low inside corner for strike 1. Tries to swing at that one, but only gets a piece. Got slightly fooled on the curve there. I mean, it might have dropped in the zone. Hard to say. 0-2, the count to Chin. And he gets a piece of that one. He was behind it, but stays alive at 0-2. And that one is going to skip in the dirt for ball 1. One-two pitch. Just high, ball 2. And he makes contact here, and that's going to drop into left center for a clean single. A single to left with 2 outs for Devin Chin. And now coming up to the plate, the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. Chin pretty much a guarantee to go for second base as they throw back to first to check on him. Chin leads the team in steals this season. I think he had 2 yesterday for each of the 2 times he reached base. And he takes off. Pitches high for a ball. Oh, they got him! Laforest with a laser of a throw. Not often you see the speed demon Devin Chin getting thrown out like that. Usually if a runner like him is thrown out, it's because they tricked him on a pickoff move or something. But that time, the catcher just outgunned him. Great throw by Ian Laforest. And that ends the top of the second. So as we go into the bottom of the second, for Waltham, it'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Anderson, Scafidi, and Engelhart. And for Brookline, in the top of the third, once we get to that point, Doctoroff will lead off the inning, as he didn't get the chance to finish his plate appearance with Chin being caught stealing. Looks like we got a question in the live chat from Toby Prabhu. Jess, will you be live streaming the soccer games next year? And to that I say I plan to, and I hope to. I'm probably going to start reaching out to fall coaches at Brookline High very soon. I know they really can't start planning that kind of stuff until it gets a little closer to the season, so I tend to reach out about the fall season sometime in August. But I had a great time covering both BHS soccer teams. It was a magical run to a state title for the boys soccer team, and it was a privilege to have been able to bear witness to that and to, bring the live stream of that amazing championship game and the amazing semifinal before it to so many soccer fans around the world. As we had people tuning in from all over for that championship game between Brookline and Newton North. So I would absolutely, to answer the question, yes, I want to. Yes, I hope to. I'm going to reach out to the coaches and, see how many games they want to book me for. But for right now, we've got baseball. Leading off for Waltham, the first baseman, number 11, Drew Anderson. Skies the first pitch he sees into shallow left, and Lou calls for it and makes the grab for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. And now coming up for Waltham, the right fielder, number 2, Connor Scafidi. Swing and a miss, strike 1. This one fouled off for strike 2. We got the stadium lights on as the sun sets behind us. It's going to be baseball under the lights tonight. As that one misses outside, Scafidi does not chase it. That one comes in the dirt, and that's going to be ball 2. And that one is high. So we go from 0-2 to 3-2. And this one is sliced foul. Scafidi stays alive. Doctoroff is giving chase. Oh my gosh! Oh, he didn't get it. For a second, I thought he had that one. It was sort of a late takeoff for the ball. I think Doctoroff was imagining that was going to go out of play. I mean, that's what I thought. But a valiant effort regardless. Count remains full to Scafidi. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Looks like Martel attacked him low and inside on that one. Brilliant placement to get that strikeout pitch. Now with 2 down, here in the bottom of the second, coming up the third baseman, number 7, John Engelhart. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. And this one, he reaches out, bloops it into shallow center, and that's going to drop for a clean single. Second straight inning with a 2-out single for Waltham. And so Engelhart stands at first. Now coming up is the pitcher, number 10, Ben Hamilton. First pitch just misses, ball 1. You can see Martel keeping an eye on Engelhart at first. Both teams have been very aggressive on the base paths so far. As this one is fouled off for strike 1. Makes contact, and that's going to go into left for a single. Back-to-back hits. Keep things rolling here in the bottom of the second. Now first and second with 2 down. Now coming up, the extra hitter, number 1, Jamie Schumacher. First pitch in there, strike 1. That one's going to miss low for ball 1. That one's a high ball 2. Checking on the lead runner, he fires, finds the zone for strike 2. And that one skips in the dirt, well covered by Doctoroff to prevent the runners from advancing, but it will be a full count to Schumacher. The threat of loaded bases looms. 1 ball away from a walk. Makes contact, bloops it out to right, and that one's just foul. So Schumacher still alive at 3-2, but you know he would have preferred that ball land fair, as a ball like that could have potentially brought in at least 1 and kept the rally going for Waltham. Instead, we reset at 3-2. Swung on and missed. Martel gets out of the jam. Waltham put together a solid late inning rally, but could not bring any runners home. We are through 2 here at Yetton Field in Waltham, Massachusetts. The score through 2, Brookline 4, Waltham 0. Due up for Brookline will be the 2-3-4 hitters, Doctoroff, Liu, and Silverman. All right, here we go for the top of the 3rd inning. Leading off for Brookline, the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. Hamilton back on the mound. After letting up a sac fly to the first batter he faced, he has not allowed any runs to Brookline through what is so far 1 2/3 innings of relief. Brookline chased the starter Cody Eaton off the mound very early in the game, and as a result they have built themselves a 4-0 lead early in this contest. But Brookline knows just as well as anyone, no lead is safe in baseball. First pitch from Hamilton curves in for strike 1. Doctoroff, his last time up, he drew a walk, stole second, and later scored the game's first run. As that one catches the outside corner for strike 2. That one just misses, ball 1. And Doctoroff reaches out and barely gets a piece of it to stay alive at 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down now in the top of the third. Now coming up for Brookline, the left fielder, number 12, Justin Liu. First pitch is fouled off for strike 1. His last time up, Liu got a single through the left gap, and he later came in to score. As he takes this pitch in the dirt for ball 1. This one in there for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hamilton starting to really find his groove here in the third inning. Back-to-back strikeouts. Excuse me. Now at the plate for Brookline, the center fielder, number 1, Andrew Silverman. First pitch, he makes contact, and that is fair. Up the third base line, Silverman is going to try for second, and he is going to get a double. Silverman records the 2-out double and strikes a pose at second. And now he will be relying on the first baseman, number 18, Tay Toe, to bring him in. First pitch in there, strike 1. With that double, Silverman has now tied Justin Liu for the team lead in doubles for the season as Toe hits a high bouncer. That's going to get through the gap. Silverman is going to round third, but he's going to put on the brakes and go back to third. A well-placed bouncer by Toe now puts runners at first and third. And now coming up, the shortstop, number 21, Owen Hoffman. Hoffman, his last time up, he blasted a single to left center to drive in 2 runs as he takes strike 1 here. And really, that one could have potentially been a double if he didn't have a base runner in front of him. Inside corner, runner takes off. Toe takes second, ball goes into the outfield, and Silverman comes in to score. So that's an 0-2 count now to Hoffman, but Brookline takes their 5th run. Hoffman reaches out, hits one up the first base line, and it's foul. So Hoffman stays alive at 0-2. Oh, and 2 still the count. And this time he hits a dribbler. This is in fair territory, picked up by the third baseman, thrown to first, and he got him in time. That puts an end to the top of the 3rd inning. Brookline adds an additional run off what effectively turned into a double steal. I'm not sure if you would score that as 2 stolen bases or 1 stolen base and 1 run scored on the E2, as it was the throwing error by the catcher that seemed to entice Silverman to head for the plate. Either way, as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, the score now, Brookline 5, Waltham 0. Due up for Waltham will be the 10-1-2 hitters, George Curley and Nick Laforest. Now leading off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for Waltham, the left fielder, number 9, Nick George. George, the last batter to be facing Martel for the first time today. After this, we begin the 2nd time through the lineup. First pitch in there for strike 1. Second pitch just outside for ball 1. Sorry about that. Bit of a tickle in my throat, I guess. As this one is fouled off, strike 2. Almost got him to chase on that high heat. But he checks his swing. It'll be ball 2. He chases on that one, though, and that will be strike 3. That is strikeout number 4 for Martel as he cycles around to the top of the order. Now up, the shortstop, number 6, Will Curley. First pitch, he skies this one into foul territory. Toe giving chase, and he's got it. A quick one pitch out there as Curley pops out for the second time today. Now coming up, the second baseman, number 3, Nick Laforest. Nick Laforest went down on strikes his last time up back in the first inning. Now up with 2 down and nobody on. That is a strike. The Waltham hitters surprisingly have been doing much better against Martel when there's 2 down. All 3 of the team's hits so far today have come with 2 outs, as this one skips in the dirt for ball 1. So effectively, the team is batting .600 with 2 outs, 3 for 5. Swing and a miss there, strike 2. That one is going to miss low and inside for ball 2. 2-2, the count to Laforest. He pops this one foul and out of play. Stays alive at 2-2. And that skips in the dirt for ball 3. So Laforest battles his way to a full count. And this time he makes contact as a grounder over to short, fielded by Hoffman, thrown to first. Got him in time. Martel finally gets his first 1-2-3 inning. There in the bottom of the third. We are through 3 here at Yetton Field in Waltham, Massachusetts. The score through 3, Brookline 5, Waltham 0. We can see in the live chat that one of the Brookline players, Charlie Engelman, not able to be at the game, but he is watching his teammates play. Giving them a little shout out in the live chat, LFG boys. And of course we all know that stands for Let's Freaking Go, boys. Okay, maybe I got the middle initial slightly off, but I don't think I can say that word. So we get to the top of the 4th. Due up for Brookline is going to be Melton, Sheehan, and Martell. Ben Hamilton back on the mound for Waltham here in the top of the 4th. He's been doing a very effective job keeping Brookline off the board. 2 runs have come in on his watch, but only one of them credited to him, and I don't even think that would be an earned run depending on how you score Silverman's run last inning. Leading off for Brookline, the extra hitter, number 17, Avery Melton, as he takes strike one. Melton was the first batter that Hamilton faced when coming in to replace Eaton. Melton skied a sac fly out to right. Fouls that one off for strike two. So effectively, this is now Hamilton's second time through the lineup, as he has now faced every Brookline hitter once so far, Melton being the first one he faces twice. Hits a grounder right at the third baseman. Engelhardt takes it, throws it to first, and that's going to be out number one. Now coming up to the plate for Brookline, the second baseman, number 7, Kaden Sheehan. Last time up, Sheehan had a hard-fought at-bat against Hamilton, but ultimately ended with a strikeout to end the first inning, as this ball skips in the dirt. That one misses for ball two. Sheehan checks his swing on that one, and that'll be ball three. And that one is in there for strike one. Sheehan lifts this one, foul territory. First baseman under it for out number two. Anderson makes the catch in foul territory. And very quickly, two down for Brookline. Now coming up, the pitcher, number 6, Jack Martell. He takes strike one here. Last time up, Martel gave the ball a ride, but it landed in the glove of the center fielder for the first out of the second inning, as that pitch is fouled off for strike two. Swing and a miss. Caught him chasing the high heat. And Hamilton goes 1, 2, 3 in the top of the fourth. As we head into the bottom half, the score, Brookline 5, Waltham 0. Due up for Waltham, going to be their 3, 4, 5 hitters. Ian Laforest, and then Fredette, and then Anderson. Martell back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. He is now in the midst of his second time through the lineup, and he's facing the meat of Waltham's order. He's been pitching strong so far. Only 3 hits allowed, no walks, and he's got 4 strikeouts to his name through the first 3 innings. Leading off for Waltham, the catcher, number 5, Ian Laforest. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Ian Laforest, his last time up, he got a single through the left gap and stole second, but was left stranded there in the first inning. He takes strike 1 there. That one almost hits him, but it's just going to be ball 2. That one comes in low, ball 3. And this one is skied. It's going to be in play. And Martel takes it himself for out number 1. So 1 down, bases empty. And we've got a pinch hitter coming up. This is number 15 battling for Fredette. In a second, I'm going to check the lineup, see who it is as he fouls it off for strike 1. I believe number 15 is the last guy on the lineup here, Alex Tyrone. And that's strike 2. Swing and a miss. Got him on 3 pitches. Make that 5 Ks on the day for Jack Martell. And 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Now up to the plate, the first baseman, number 11, Drew Anderson. Last time up, he flew out to left to start the second inning. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. That one's going to miss for ball 1. This one is golfed out to left. Lou chasing it, and he's got it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Martel. After 4 innings, he is officially the pitcher on record for the win, should this lead hold for Brookline. 4 shutout innings from their starter, and through 4, the score, Brookline 5, Waltham 0. And at this time, here in the 4th intermission, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to talk to you about the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number, unfortunately, has not gone back down. Since March of 2020, the food pantry has served an average of 650 to 700 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. The Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight to end hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline. On Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and on Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to noon. So you could donate some of your unneeded food to the pantry tomorrow morning if you wanted. Visit brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And remember, as always, you can find all the information you need about the Brookline Food Pantry, their website, their phone number, down in the description section below. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. At the plate for Brookline is the third baseman, number 3, Donnell O'Neill. Last time up, O'Neill went down on strikes as he takes ball 1 there. And this one is going to be skied, shallow center, and the shortstop calls for it and makes the grab for out number 1. So we cycle back to the top of the order. Now coming up for Brookline, the right fielder, number 15, Devin Chin. Chin so far today, 1 for 2. Last time up he got a 2-out single but was caught stealing second. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes strike 1. And he takes strike 2 to the low corner there. That one high and outside, ball 1. And he hits a dribbler there, chased down by the shortstop, long throw, not in time at all. An infield single for Devin the Speed Demon Chin. Now coming up, runner on first and 1 out. The catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. Doctoroff, his last time up, struck out to lead off the 3rd inning as they throw back to check on Chin. As they know, even though they gunned him down last time, he is still thinking steal. Doctoroff 0 for 1 with a walk, a steal, and a run. They throw back to first again, and Chin barely dives back safely. They are keeping a close watch on him. Now he takes off. Doctoroff bunts, places it down pretty well, picked up by Hamilton, thrown to first, not in time! Back-to-back infield hits for Brookline as Doctoroff gets the bunt single. Small ball ruling the day as Brookline now has 2 runners on with 1 out. Up comes the left fielder, number 12, Justin Liu. And that one is fouled off for strike 1. Liu so far today 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout and a run scored. That one misses outside for ball 1. Chin at second, Doctoroff at first. He makes contact but fouls it up the first base line for strike 2. One and two the count. Hamilton steps off the rubber for a bit. Now they reset. He makes contact. That's a grounder right at first. And he thought about getting the lead runner. Instead, he's just going to get the batter. Anderson thought about going to second and trying to get Doctor off. Maybe go for a double play, but instead, he'll just take it unassisted at first. Lou is out, but both runners advance. Now, second and third with 2 out. Up to the plate comes the center fielder, number 1, Andrew Silverman. First pitch misses for ball 1. Silverman 2 for 2 today with a double, a run scored, and an RBI. He's been hitting very well, but they can't pitch too cautious around him. If a pitch misses completely and gets past the catcher, then Chin, in all likelihood, will come in to score. 2-0 the count. Hamilton steps off the rubber. And a pickoff move at second! They got him! What a day for Ian Laforest defensively. He has now gunned down 2 runners today. And Doctoroff has got to be kicking himself on that one, because that's the kind of move he's pulled on opposing runners multiple times this season. I've seen him pick off 2 runners that way. And so you know there's a part of him that's absolutely kicking himself for falling for his own move. That ends the top of the 5th. Hamilton gets out of the jam with some help from his defense, but he really needs some help from his offense, as Waltham still trails Brookline 5-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th. Due up for Waltham here in the bottom of the 5th inning will be Scafidi, Englehart, and Hamilton. Jack Martell, with 4 shutout innings under his belt, comes back for the 5th inning. And interestingly enough, that was the 2nd inning for Brookline to end on a runner being thrown out. And I say it's interesting because just yesterday, that happened to Acton Boxborough. 2 separate innings that ended with a runner being thrown out. And yesterday I said that that's a rare enough thing that doesn't happen often, and apparently this week it just happens all the time, I guess. And I say yesterday, but actually it was 2 days ago. That's my mistake. I've been saying yesterday. I don't know why. Bunt laid down, but goes foul up the third base line. At the plate for Waltham is the right fielder, number 2, Connor Scafidi. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And that one skips in the dirt for ball 1. And another one in the dirt, ball 2. This is important to watch out for as Martel gets deeper and deeper into the game. As the next one comes in high for ball 3. And see, that one would have been a solid pitch earlier in the count, but after a couple balls in the dirt, he misses. First walk of the game for Waltham. And that is the first leadoff runner. That is the first runner to reach base with less than 2 outs in the inning. Now coming up for Waltham, the third baseman, number 7, John Englehart. He hits a grounder through the left gap and into left. Clean single for Englehart. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's his second. Yeah, that is his second hit. And now another guy looking for his second hit. This is the pitcher, number 10, Ben Hamilton. He skies it. Who has it? They lost it! The outfielders lost track of it! Oh my gosh! A run is going to come in for Waltham! 2 runs are going to come in for Waltham! The bases are cleared on a 2-run double for Hamilton, as both Lou and Silverman appeared to completely lose track of the ball. That is absolutely wild, and they're going to send a coach out to the mound to talk to Martel. But I mean, what do you even say after a play like that? It really harkens you back to the game these two played 2 years ago in the summer of 2020, when the game actually had to be called due to darkness because the lights didn't come on. And what was crazy about that one was that a similar play like that happened, except it turned into a 3-run home run. As Brookline's right fielder at the time, Kaden Sheehan, completely lost the ball in the darkness. Runners went all the way around. They brought it to a 1-run ball game, but because of the clear interference of the darkness, they had to call the ball game. And Brookline won. First pitch to the new batter is strike 1. This is Jamie Schumacher. As he takes ball 1, and Doctoroff tries to get some payback, but the throw gets away and into center field, and the runner holds. That is going to be ball 1 to Schumacher. Pitch gets contact, and that's going to go out to right. Throw to back into the infield, and that's a clean single that keeps the hit parade going for Waltham. Now coming to the plate, unless this is a pinch hitter, this should be the left fielder, Nick George. Up with runners on the corners and nobody out as Waltham is rallying. First pitch in there, strike 1. Now the runner takes off, and they're not going to stop him. Oh, the runner has to go. Oh, a timeout was called. And that's not Schumacher that got that base hit. I was wondering if it was a pinch hitter, and it was. It was number 8, Mike Hanley. Now a throwback to first, check on the runner, and Hanley dives back. So I don't know what's going on. I guess the count is still 0-1 because that pitch must have been a dead ball when Hanley took off for second. Now the pitch, they hit a dribbler into the field. Oh, this might be, it's an out at first. A run comes in. Good hustle by the Brookline infield to at least get the out, but Waltham does get their third run across. So Hanley moves to second. Hamilton scores. We cycle around to the top of the order. Now up is the shortstop, number 6, Will Curley, as he takes ball 1. This pitch inside, ball 2. That pitch in there for strike 1. This one is sliced shallow, and it's going to be taken by Toe for out number 2. Now coming up, second baseman, number 3, Nick Laforest. First pitch is going to miss for ball 1. Doctoroff thought about going for the pickoff move at second, but decided against it. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. And this one is going to be skied out to right center. Outfielders on their horse. Silverman caught the ball. Andrew Silverman making a big catch, making up for that play where he and Lou lost the ball, and bringing the bottom of the 5th to an end. And he'll be leading off the top of the 6th inning after a runner got picked off to end the top of the 5th. It'll be Silverman, Toe, and Hoffman due up for Brookline. Our score through 5 innings here at Yetton Field in Waltham, Massachusetts. Brookline 5, Waltham 3. All right, here we are in the top of the 6th inning, and we've got a new pitcher for Waltham. This is number 15, Alex Tyrone. He takes over for Ben Hamilton, who was a very effective relief pitcher. Gave up, I think, 1 unearned run through 4 2/3 innings pitched. Came in a tough situation and has kept his team in it ever since. So we'll see how Tyrone adjusts here. His team is starting to claw back in the game, but that almost adds to the pressure on the pitcher. As now it's almost more like you've got something to lose. Now leading off for Brookline, the center fielder, number 1, Andrew Silverman. As he takes strike 1. Silverman 2 for 2 today, as he takes ball 1 inside. 2 for 2 with a double, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. He's been very productive as he takes ball 2 there. An important thing to watch is a lot of times at the high school level you see relief pitchers come in and they just don't have the control, as Silverman fouls this one off for strike 2. As you know, sometimes for these younger guys who aren't like relief pitching specialists, it can take some time for you to find your rhythm. And when you're a reliever, you just don't have that time. Silverman reaches out and skies it to right fielder under it, and he makes the grab for out number 1. Sort of a defensive swing by Silverman that I think carried a lot farther than expected. And so it'll be 1 down here in the top of the 6th. Now batting for Brookline, the first baseman, number 18, Toe. As that one's going to miss for ball 1. Toe made a nice play defensively in the last inning, managing to cover that infield grounder that, due to the runner taking off, almost turned into an infield hit just due to the fielders being out of position. He hustled well to get that one. I think it was him who got it. You know, it was a bit hard to tell in all the chaos, but right now count is 1-1. That one misses, ball 2. Last time up, Toe hit a single through the left gap, stole second, but was left stranded there. Before that, he had a walk, a steal, and scored a run, as he fouls that one off. So Toe, so far today, 1 for 1 with a walk, 2 steals, and a run scored. And now facing a 2-2 count. And that one misses, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Good contact from Toe. Center fielder's not going to get it, and his over-aggression is going to cost him as Toe runs down to second. A double to center field for Tato. Instantly puts a runner in scoring position. And now coming to the plate for the third straight at-bat with a runner in scoring position is the shortstop, number 21, Owen Hoffman. Swings and skies this one, staying in the infield, and the shortstop's got it for out number 2. Now coming up for Brookline, 2 down, runner at second. It is the extra hitter, number 17, Avery Melton. First pitch, strike 1. As he checks his swing there for a ball. Melton, so far today, 0 for 1. He's got a ground out and a sac fly, so 0 for 1 with an RBI. This pitch comes in high. They go for the pickoff again, but this time Toe gets back safely. And this one comes in high for ball 3. And that pitch misses, ball 4. A 2-out walk for Melton. Now 2 runners on, and we've got a pinch hitter. Number 25, Rocky Van Koski, is going to be pinch hitting for Kaden Sheehan. And thought about throwing to first, but nobody was there. So we get our first new batting line since the first couple of innings. As Van Koski, who hasn't played for Brookline in a while, he's been focusing with some other summer teams. But as you can see from his stat line here, when he was playing with this team earlier on in the summer, he was very effective. As, oh, is Brookline arguing for a balk? Looks like the umpires might be conferring over a potential balk call. Oh, and they gave it to him. Oh, that's a balk on the Waltham pitcher. So that'll put runners at second and third. Now with 2 down, a golden opportunity for Van Koski to make an impact here. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. As that one comes in the dirt, well blocked by Laforest for ball 1. We got another flyover from the flock of geese as Van Koski faces a 1-1 count with 2 down and 2 in scoring position. That pitch comes in high, ball 2. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. And that one is going to miss. It's a full count. Full count, 2 outs, second and third. And that one is going to miss low for ball 4. So another walk loads the bases. And now coming up for Brookline is their pitcher, number 6, Jack Martell. Martel, perhaps more than anyone, wants to be able to move these runners. He is 0 for 2 so far today with a flyout and a strikeout. First pitch in the dirt, and he chases it for strike 1. Martel having a brief meeting with head coach John Busey. Probably telling him to settle down and not chase what's not there. And he fouls that one to the backstop. That's strike 2. Oh and 2, the count to Martel. As Tyrone steps off the rubber to reset. Bases loaded, 2 down. And that one skips in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, in comes Toe! A big break for Brookline as the wild pitch gives them a free insurance run there. Now second and third, 2 down, and a 1-2 count to Martel. Steps off the rubber again. And that one again skips in the dirt. Martel doesn't chase that time. Ball 2. And that one misses. They go for the pickoff again! Oh my gosh! Three times the inning has ended on a pickoff. A throwdown by the catcher at second base, Ian Laforest. Again, what a day he has been having. Brookline manages to get 1 run on the board, but no more. And it looks like they are going to bring in a new pitcher. And this will make things very interesting in terms of the batting order for next inning. Or no, it won't, because Martel is going to stay in the game. He's going to move to short. But we've got a player not just making his pitching debut, but appearing in his first game with this summer team. This is number 9, Alex Min. So Min takes over on the mound. Martel moves to short. presumably replacing Owen Hoffman. So Min, in the bottom of the 6th inning, he will be facing the heart of the Waltham lineup, Ian Laforest. And then, who was it that hit for Fredette earlier? That is Alex Tyrone. And then after that will be Drew Anderson. So the 3, 4, 5 hitters, including the Waltham reliever, and we're going to get our first taste of what Alex Min can do on the mound. And while Owen Hoffman has presently been taken off the field, he is also warming up in the bullpen for Brookline in case another relief pitcher is needed. But for now, it's Alex Min's show. And leading off for Waltham is the catcher with a cannon arm who has thrown out 3 base runners today. Number 5, Ian Laforest. First pitch, and he slices it into the infield, off one hop, taken by Martel, thrown to first. Got him just in time. Boy, that almost turned into a weird infield hit. But well fielded and well thrown by Jack Martell at short. First pitch to Tyrone, in there for strike 1. Alex Tyrone, his last time up, he struck out in the 4th. As that one misses, ball 1. And that's a hard grounder. Fielded at second by Sheehan, thrown to first, and that's going to be out number 2. Alex Min taking care of business so far, inducing a pair of ground balls. Now up to the plate, the first baseman, number 11, Drew Anderson. This one skips in low for ball 1. Apologies for the weird coloration changes whenever I turn the camera over to the field. I don't know what that's about, as that one misses for ball 2. And this one is fouled up the first base side for strike 1. This one's a grounder, and it's not going to be collected by Sheehan. It's going to go through the right gap for a single. So now 2 down and a runner on for the right fielder, number 2, Connor Scafidi. Throw back to first, gets away from the first baseman, and Anderson is going to take second. So Anderson moves to second on the E1. Still 2 down. First pitch in there, strike one. Swung on and missed, strike two. And this one is fouled off. Scafidi stays alive at 0-2. I think the Brookline coach came out to talk to the ump because the scoreboard in center field has it marked as a 2-2 count, when in actuality it's 0-2. Whatever that's about. Runner taking off for third. Pitch is going to get away from Doctoroff, and Anderson now 90 feet from the plate. So Anderson steals third. And it's a 1-2 count. Just low, ball two. 2-2. Two down here in the bottom of the sixth. Runner at third. And he skies this one out to right. And it's foul. You could hear the Waltham dugout getting excited on that one, as he launched that one, but just too far to the right. And Doctoroff saying a brief word to his new pitcher. Now they step back in, still 2-2. And he catches him chasing low. It's a grounder. It's picked up by Toe, and he'll take it himself. Waltham presents a little bit of a scare there. But ultimately, Alex Min gets through his first inning of the summer unscathed. The score through 6 here at Yetton Field in Waltham, Massachusetts. Brookline 6, Waltham 3. Tyrone back on the mound for Waltham for the top of the 7th. And for Brookline, it's going to be Martell, O'Neill, and Chin coming up here in the last inning of regulation. And you got to qualify that last inning of regulation part. Brookline has already had 3 games finish regulation with a tie score, including Tuesday's game against Acton-Boxborough. And out of those 3 games, Brookline has a record of 0-1-2, 1 loss and 2 ties. But the game cannot be called due to darkness. Here in Waltham, they have the stadium lights, so this game will go as long as it has to. But for right now, Brookline has a 3-run lead, and they're hoping to stay ahead until the end. At the plate, the shortstop, number 6, Jack Martel. He takes strike 1. Martel, of course, the pitcher on record for the win should this lead hold for Brookline. Hard crack of the bat, but it's going to be a grounder over to short, fielded and thrown, and that's going to be out number 1. Now coming up, with one down and the base is empty, the third baseman, number 3, Donnell O'Neill. He tries for a bunt and almost pops out on it as Laforest was making a play for it, but it's just going to be strike 1. But a lot of times when you try for a bunt, really you get one good try, and then the defense knows you're thinking about it. As this next one in the dirt for ball 1. Another one in the dirt, ball 2. O'Neill, his last time up, he popped out to short. This one he lifts, and it's going to be caught by the second baseman for out number 2. So 2 down quickly. And now we cycle back to the top of the Brookline order with the right fielder, number 15, Devin Chin. Shows bunt, but pulls back as it skips in the dirt for ball 1. That one in there for strike 1. Chin is 2 for 3 so far today. Shows bunt again, pulls back again, and that's going to be ball 2. He tried for the bunt single his first time up and got thrown out. He got an infield single his last time up. And now he skies it to left, and it's going to be caught for out number 3. So Tyrone takes care of business in the top of the 7th as Brookline goes down in order. Now we head to the last frame of regulation, Waltham's last chance to try and get back in this ball game. And it looks like Brookline will be sending Alex Min back to the hill to try and finish the job here. Due up for Waltham. Here in the bottom of the 7th, it's Englehart. And then I'm not sure because Hamilton had the next spot after him. But he's obviously subbed out. I don't know if they put him in the field. I don't think they did. I'll have to check my lineup. Because I saw a number 20 out in left field, and I don't know who that is. Because out of the lineup card I was given before the game, I've already seen everyone. Assuming that Alex Tyrone is number 15, maybe his name wasn't written on here. Maybe number 20 is Alex Tyrone. I have no idea. I'm a bit at a bit of a loss. I don't know who's coming up after Englehart. But then after whoever comes next is going to be Hanley. So here we go. Bottom of the 7th inning. Leading off for Waltham, the third baseman, number 7, John Englehart. Englehart has been very productive at the plate so far today for Waltham. Swings and misses at that one, strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Reaches and misses, strike three. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, a big first out get for Alex Min. And now up, I'm not entirely sure, as it's a lefty, I can't see the number, but that's ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. It seems like it's Cody Eaton, the original starting pitcher, back on the mound as that pitch misses for ball 2. So Eaton, who didn't even get a chance at his first plate appearance before he was yanked off the mound, now takes a low one for 3-1. Brookline has Hoffman still warming up in the bullpen if things start to get out of hand for Min. As that one misses and Eaton trots down to first with a walk. Brookline's done a solid job of limiting the walks so far, but they can't let things get out of hand at the last minute. Now at the plate should be number 8, Mike Hanley. As Min steps back for a sec. Hanley, his last time up, he got a single to right. Takes strike 1 there. Min checking the runner. And there's a hard crack of the bat right at Martel. Flip to second to 1. On to first. Got him. That's the ball game. Alex Min finishes the job. And Jack Martel, who got it started, gets the last play started on the 6-4-3 double play. Your final score here at Yetton Field in Waltham, Massachusetts. Brookline 6, Waltham 3. Brookline finishes the regular season with a win, and they move ahead of Waltham in the standings as they finish with a regular season record of 8-4-2. 18 total points for the team here this season. I'll have to check. We'll have to see the updated scores around the league to see how everyone else finished and where Brookline comes out in the standings as we get ready for next week's Tournament of Champions. So be sure to check out the Lou Tompkins website and check out the A Division standings for that. So Brookline finishes at 8-4-2. Waltham falls to 8-5. And once again, thank you all so much for watching here today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Before I sum up the action here today, just a reminder, if you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, as we will have playoff baseball next week. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribing to the channel can help. If you've got anything to say but the live stream has already ended, you can say it down below in the comments section after the stream ends. And of course, down below you can also check out the description section of this video, where you can find all the information you need about our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. Find the website and phone number that you can use to find out how you can help feed your community. Also, check out the bottom right corner of your screen. You can see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. You can find out more about me, the services I provide, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team or player. Directly below that is my email address if you just want to reach out to me directly, anything you want to say to me. And then, of course, below that is the URL to my Instagram account, where I post highlights from previous live streams, and I'll have quite a few to pick from this one. So let's sum up the action. Brookline got out to a very strong start in the first inning, turned out to be the biggest catalyst of the day for them. Started with a one-out walk by Ben Doctoroff. He stole second. Justin Liu hit a single through the left gap to put runners on the corners. Then Andrew Silverman followed up with another single through the left gap to bring in Doctoroff for the game's first run. Toe drew a walk to load the bases, and then Owen Hoffman came through with a blast to left center that might have been able to go for extra bases, but the runners were hesitating a bit just in case it was a flyout, and so he was left with a very long single, but still drove in both Liu and Silverman to make it 3-0. Toe and Hoffman would both steal, advancing to second and third. As the starting pitcher was already pulled off the mound by this point, Avery Melton hit a sac fly to right to drive in Toe, and that ended the first inning rally for Brookline as they took an early 4-0 lead that they would hold for the rest of the game. Bottom of the first, Waltham got one runner to second, but no further. Top of the second, Brookline got a runner on first, but he was thrown out stealing second, so nothing there. Bottom of the second, Waltham got runners on first and second, but no further. Top of the third, Brookline finally added another run. Andrew Silverman hit a 2-out double down the third base line, and then came in on what effectively turned into a double steal as Toe followed up with his own 2-out single through the left gap, put runners on the corners, and then Toe stole second base, and on his steal, the throw from the catcher sailed into center field, allowing Silverman to come in to score, making it 5-0. In the bottom of the third, Waltham went down in order. Top of the fourth, Brookline did the same, down in order. Bottom of the fourth, Waltham down in order again. Top of the fifth, Brookline got runners to second and third, but the runner at second got picked off by the catcher to end the inning. Bottom of the fifth, Waltham finally got things going. A leadoff walk by Connor Scafitti, a single through the left gap by John Englehart, and then Ben Hamilton hit a fly ball out to left center that both Silverman and Liu lost track of in the outfield. I don't know if it just was too dark and they lost it in the lights or whatever, but the ball dropped between them as they were looking for it, and that brought in Scafitti and Englehart to make it 5-2. Mike Hanley followed up with a single to right to put runners on the corners, and then it was Nick George who got an RBI ground out, almost turned into an RBI single as a runner was taking off, and the Brookline infield was kind of out of position, but a couple infielders hustled and turned it into the first out of the inning, although Waltham made it 5-3. A couple of pop-outs ended the jam, but from that point it was 5-3 Brookline. Top of the sixth, Brookline managed to get one more run across Toe got a one-out double to center field. He advanced to third on a balk. Avery Melton drew a walk and also advanced to second on that same balk, put runners at second and third. And then a wild pitch. First, Rocky Van Koski, his first plate appearance in a while, he drew a walk, and then a wild pitch allowed all three of those to advance. Toe came in to score. Melton went down to third, Van Koski down to second, but then Van Koski got picked off at second to end the inning. Bottom of the sixth, and Waltham got a runner all the way to third base, but he was left stranded, and so it was still 6-3. Top of the seventh, Brookline went down in order, and then in the bottom of the seventh, Waltham got a runner on first with one out, but then a 6-4-3 double play ended the ball game. So that is your final score here at Yetton Field in Waltham, Massachusetts. Brookline 6, Waltham 3. Brookline finishes the regular season with an 8-4-2 record. Waltham falls to 8-5. We'll see how the seedings shake out. So be sure to tune in for next week for the start of the Lou Tompkins All-Star League Tournament of Champions. But for tonight, the action is finished. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good night.